Here we go, just after 3 o'clock. Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. We're live and local on this Thursday, the 3rd of June. Austin Reed hanging out with you. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Give me a follow, Austin Reed on air. I'll do the same to you. My next guest is Eric Merz, joining us live via Facebook Messenger today. Hi, Eric. Good afternoon.
Hey, Austin. How are you doing today?
Hey, we're doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Fantastic on this hot day in the valley.
I know. You know, I gotta say, I feel like yesterday was worse. It's not as bad today, but, I mean, it is still hot.
Well, we're more acclimated today.
Right, that's
50.
probably what, yeah, exactly. Hey, we've got a lot of things to talk about today, from personal finance to, you know, the cost of decisions that specifically younger people make in their financial career. But let me have you give our audience, again, just a quick reminder of the things that you do here in the Valley.
Yeah, well, primarily I'm a business coach, and I work with small businesses to help them grow. And I try to help them, you know, take their business from one level to the other so they have something to sell. And then often I find that there's always not the financial acuity necessary. They're really good at their craft. They love what they do. So I get into the numbers, and then sometimes when I get into the numbers, it gets personal. And so that being said, along the way, I've kind of taught myself how to help people in those situations to manage their personal finances as well as their business finances. That's going to help their business grow, because if they're worried about what's going on at home or what's not going on at home, you know, a lot more marriages have been lost because of the lack of money than the lack of love.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And it starts, I think a lot of times it does start with the lack of money or the decisions, right?
Yes, the decisions. And, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of times people don't understand the impact of a decision today, say you're 25, 30 years old, and how that's going to impact you when you're 55.
Right.
And when we can put we can do it in shorter terms. For example, a program I use, if let's say you're going along really good with your budget, but then you know you want to have a vacation, so you're going to spend $5,000, whatever it is, to go on this great vacation. You know, with the program I use with people, I say, okay, that's fine. Let's put that in there. So you're going to go when? August? Okay, we put it in August in the budget. And when it comes back, it can tell us actually what that's going to impact them in terms of delayed paying off their debts, in terms of added interest cost over the long term. And all of a sudden, this $5,000 vacation costs $20,000 in the long run. And then they can decide if they want to do it, fine. I don't tell them not to do it, because maybe it's something they really want to do. They have a dream to do this, do it. But understand the true cost of a decision that you make today and the impact it'll have on you tomorrow.
You know, a lot of people have been obviously out of work during the pandemic. I think a lot of people are finally getting back to work, you know, but a lot of folks could have lost a lot of money. You know, this was a tough year, this last 12 to 15 months. Are you working with people right now that are trying to get back on track?
Yeah, I mean, there are some that I've been working with that are in that situation. Fortunately, most of the businesses I've worked with have been able to keep their doors open.
Great.
Maybe it's the nature of the businesses that I work with, but a lot of folks, have been out of work. And here's the thing. The thing is to get back on the tracks. Mm-hmm. What happens to people when life throws them off the tracks is a lot of times they just don't get back on the tracks as soon as they can. So the sooner you get back on the track and start rolling, and that's kind of what I try to teach people in my system is, you know, okay, well, you had a bad month, or you know, somebody in your family broke their arm, you had a medical emergency, whatever it is, you're going to deal with that now, but you're not going to stop doing the basics and say, oh, this doesn't work, you know, I always have trouble. And yeah, well, if that's what you talk about, that's what you're going to attract. But if you talk about, no, that's okay, we're going to deal with this, and then we're going to keep plowing forward. So a lot of it's just learning how to take that next step, get up. You know, it's not the person who, you know, as long as you get up as many times as you've fallen, you're still standing up. But when the time that you don't get out of the dirt, that's when you stay down there. And so I like to try to help people. Hey, let's get back on this track and find out what they want to do.
And you've got a lot of videos at moneymaxaccount.com/Eric Merz/videos, which really kind of helps people, go in a better direction, right?
Yeah, in those videos, you can see the impact that you can have on your finances by making certain decisions. And a lot of times things aren't what they appear to be. I don't know if you can pull up this picture that I sent you guys on the interest cost of a mortgage.
We have it up now, yeah.
Yeah, so if you can see on there that your first payments on a 30-year mortgage, almost 60% of it's going to interest.
Jeez.
And it's not till you're way down the line, and I didn't send you the last year's on that, but you don't get to go, pay 30 or 40% of it off until you're like 20 years into that. So the idea is that really you're paying so much percent of your money towards interest and so little to your principal. If you can just make a small principal payment along the way, you can wipe out. If your monthly payment was $1,200 and you could pay an additional $1,000, you will wipe 5 months worth of payments off of your schedule.
Dang.
And this is what people don't realize. And you can have a 3% loan versus, say, a car loan at 12% and say, well, I should pay the car loan off first. Not necessarily,
right?
Because the car loan's not as big as the $300,000 or $200,000 mortgage.
Exactly. Okay, so it's really like it's being specific. Don't just you got to do an investigation.
Right. And I have a program that helps you solve and sort all that out, so you don't have to figure it all out yourself. But you do have to put the information in. You have to be truthful. You have to create a budget. And you have to have more income than you have expenses. So it's not magic. You have to you have to have the math in place. It's just math, though.
Exactly. We've got about a minute left. Anything else I missed? Anything else you wanted to talk about today?
Well, I'd just like to encourage people to take a look at those videos on there that I'm posting on there, because you can learn a lot about what you could do with your own financial situation. And feel free to reach out to me. My contact's on there if you go to that link, and we can have a conversation about how you could pay off your mortgage in as little as a half to a third of the time. It's possible, but you have to start.
And you are taking new clients right now?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Very good.
Hoping to help some more people.
Awesome. Eric, thank you for joining us again today here on Central Valley Talk. Always a good conversation with you. And thanks for helping out as many people as you can, because we all need it. We all need financial help. There's no doubt about that.
Thank you, Austin. It's my pleasure.
All right. Stay cool, brother.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm Austin Reed. We'll be back with another guest in just a bit. Hang tight.